Friends, hello there. I am so excited to give you this update. I've been waiting to give you this update for a long time now. As most of you know, it has been a whole year since my family and I came to the Nashville area. And it's actually been 14 months now since I left my post as the teaching pastor of a fabulous congregation, Central Wesleyan in Holland, Michigan. And for many of you, you have been inquiring about what has happened over the last year. What has God been doing in your story? And so this is an opportunity to kind of let you know what's been going on. And let me just start off by saying this last year has been a very, very challenging year. In some aspects, it's been remarkable. In other aspects, it's just been really challenging. Because as most of you know, we had this sense of clarity about leaving West Michigan and coming to the Nashville area, but no clarity on why we were coming here. And so it's been a year of just exploring and discerning and praying and trying things out to try to get a sense for what God may be up to. And so I started off like going, okay, let's look at speaking engagements, because for me, being a teaching pastor for the last 10 years, like that was home base. That was my central platform. Everything I did came out of being a teaching pastor in a local congregation. And when God called us to the Nashville area, I feel like God removed that because I don't feel like I was called to be back full-time in a local church. And so for the last year, it's been trying to figure, okay, what is that central platform? So it started off with speaking engagements. And so I spent a few months, I spoke almost every weekend somewhere in the country, and I loved it. It was fun, but it was also like, nah, I don't think this is it. Like, I've got this family of 4 kids under the age of 10. I get one shot with them, and it just felt like that God was saying, no, this isn't the central thing. Like, you need to be around a little bit more than what you are. And so Shallon and I explored the idea of me doing more trips. But then again, like, I'm already doing 3 trips a year to the Middle East, and that just feels good. And it just felt like God was saying, no, like 3 is kind of where things need to be. So then I kind of said, well, maybe I'm supposed to be, like, much of my time and energy is supposed to be in the business world. And so I explored that with a speaking bureau, and I love the art of communication and effective presentation, and that's still going to be a part of my life. But originally I was thinking, okay, well, maybe it's going to be like 80% of my world, and it's not. It's probably going to be about 20% of my world. But the other thing was, all right, let's just sit back and figure out, what do I love to do? And that's just to teach. Like, I love teaching the Bible. And so after about a few conversations about 3 months ago, some things started to come together, which was the central platform needs to be walkingthetext.com. And so what we have done is we've said, all right, let's rebuild the entire website from the ground up, and it's almost done, and it is stunning. I can't wait for you to see the website. It's still going to have all of the sermons there. In fact, there's a sermon library. It's all free of 100 teachings. There's still going to be all the information for the trips, because I'm still going to be doing the trips. I'm still going to be doing speaking engagements. But the heartbeat of walkingthetext.com is going to be the weekly teaching series. And this is what I'm like so stoked about, because every week I'm going to put together a teaching anywhere from 7 to 15 minutes in length. And we're going to see how that works for you and me over these next several months to see what is the most beneficial for you and what length works well. So we're going to be kind of messing with it. But here's the idea, is that, like, oftentimes, like, I'll come across something like just last week, I was reading the story of Jesus and Zacchaeus, and there were some pieces that I have never seen before that is so rooted in the Hebrew Scriptures, and I'm going nuts. Like, I just can't wait to share this, and I don't want to wait till some church says, hey, will you come for a weekend and speak, and hey, by the way, do you want to speak on the Zacchaeus story? It's like, no, I want to kind of get this thing out, and also just have this ability to create on a weekly basis something that I think would be of benefit to you. So when this teaching series launches, if you're signed up at walkingthetext.com, you're going to get an email, and you're going to be able to access this teaching. There's going to be discussion questions for personal study and for group study. There's going to be at times where I say, hey, here are some either articles or books to go deeper with this particular story or passage or keyword that we're going to tackle in the video. But the goal is just to help you understand the Bible in its original context, and then how do we walk it out in our lives. And here's the really cool thing about all of this. The video series is completely free. For this next year, we had several families jump in, generously give and invest into walking the text so that everything will be made available for free. And maybe some of you are like, but I didn't even know this was going on. Like, I'd love to help out. Hey, just hang on for a few months. Walking the Text is now a formal nonprofit organization, have an amazing board that God helped bring together, and the application was sent in 2 weeks ago to get tax exemption status, so we're just waiting on the government for that, and once that is available, we've been affirmed for that, people are going to be able to give to help for the creating of these videos and the resources, as well as to help people get on trips to the Middle East, to help scholarship people. So more information will be coming on all of that. But that's kind of where we're at, and this is what feels like the next right step in what God has invited us into, and it's been fun to see how lots of connections in the Nashville area, and what I've been learning a lot about online platforms and people who are doing it really well is leveraging this amazing gift of technology to provide something every single week as we all continue to wrestle with the biblical story and figure out how we can better understand, love, and live it out in context, both the biblical context and the context of our own. So some of you are thinking, okay, so when's this going to happen? When's the new website going to launch, the new teaching series, all of the other stuff? Oh, by the way, I wrote this really short ebook called The Number One Mistake Most Everyone Makes Reading the Bible, and you can also be able to get that at walkingthetext.com when all of this launches. And it's the first time I've ever put in writing all the different facets of context that I think will be really helpful for you as we go on this journey. So all of this is going to be launching hopefully in about the next 3 weeks. That's the goal. We're still waiting on a couple of pieces. I'm just finishing up some aspects of the ebook. The website is almost done. It's stunning. I can't wait for you to see it. But just stay tuned for when all of this launches. You'll be getting information through social media if you follow me on social media, or if you're already on the mailing list, you'll know exactly when all of this launches. So, and before I let you go, you are sitting in my living room right now. You've got one of my bookshelves behind me and all of that. But I want to show you where all this is going to be filmed, because my office is now doubling as a studio. So let me just show you where that is going to be, because I think you might find that fun and interesting, that when you get these teachings, you know where it's going to happen. So you come in my front door, and immediately to the left, you enter into the sacred space. I don't know if it's sacred space. It's my sacred space. I love this place. So my office, and then the studio. So we've got our microphone set up. We've got lights set up all over the place. Just an awesome television that is going to be able to show just with beautiful clarity the pictures and the videos and the illustrations that I'm going to show here to help you better understand. You can already see what the teaching series logo looks like. That came together really well. And for those of you who are like nerds for all this technology stuff, the really cool thing for me is that I'm not going to have a videographer for the rest of this. This is my good friend Mark, who's behind the camera right now. Came up from Orlando to help me set up all of this stuff. But the really cool thing is with this cool camera is that I'll be able to run everything from my phone. So we're all set up for our very first teaching. So we're getting ready to film that. And this is where it's all going to happen. And there's going to be other times where I'm going to do videos that are going to be kind of out and about. But if you ever see me standing next to the television, and this is the space that we're going to be doing it in. So everything is launching soon. Be on the lookout, and you'll be hearing more about this here in the very near future. Stay tuned.